I have to redo this video. I want to talk about why men decide to get off the treadmill. Why? I think it's they lose hopeless. They have no hope anymore. So, the red pill community likes to act like women really don't matter. But they talk about women a lot. It's funny how they say women aren't that big of a deal, but they talk about them so much. No, a big motivator for a man to either try to be excellent or even just to keep moving forward is women. I see it myself, whether I'm in the gym or at work. Some young woman gives you more energy. I don't know what it is. It's not even like, I'm not even trying to impress them or anything like that. It's just like when a young, vibrant woman is there, it just gives you more motivation. It's kind of like a woman, like when they smile, especially when they smile with their eyes. Oh man, when you get a woman to smile with their eyes, it's crazy. And what it does is it lightens up the room, and that's what I was trying to tell this woman I was talking to, the supervisor or whatever. Like, she brought joy, and women bring the families together. Women are huge. So when men don't have women, they feel hopeless. They feel like there's no point for them to exist, and that's how it feels. I'm looking at my own situation, and oh man, I was a degenerate. I don't even know how my body count. It's close to 100. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying, like, I did pretty well, and I'm back to in a place where I did really well in the dating market, and women aren't interested in me. Even women I try to talk to, that talked to me before, they don't talk to me at all. So it's that's what happens. Is men just lack motivation, and especially the men that have their families ripped apart, and then they have to work so much and they don't even get to see their kids. I can't imagine them. What it's like is, I thought of this analogy. It's like what it's like to be a man without any type of support, any type of cheerleader, any type of a prospect of a possible female companionship. Is it feels like you're being buried and you're just fighting to not even thrive or even exist. It's just like trying not to be buried alive, but you know that you're going to be buried anyway. That's what it feels like. It feels like that's why guys just end up giving up, especially around my age. Guys give up around my age because of that. This is here. I'm telling you, I'm dropping some nuggets on you guys for real. Guys they just look at life. They look at they lose interest in everything. Not everything seems dull. There's no excitement left. There's nothing to look forward to. Oh, I'm gonna go experience things on my own. Sounds like fun. Not like with a woman and you guys could conversate and enjoy the experience together. Nah, I'm just gonna be alone. It's hell, dude. It really is. And women don't understand it because they have their families, they got friends, and they're fine. They're fine without men because they have other ways to socialize. But the driving factor, what keeps men moving forward, what keeps men trying to accomplish big things, whatever it is, create big things, it all stems back to women, because they want to have the availability of a woman or women, whatever. Andrew Tate. I guarantee if there is no women, You think that Andrew Tate's gonna be working so hard? No. He's a liar. For what? So he can impress other dudes? No. He does what he does is because he wants to have the availability to women. Just like any other man. That's a straight man anyway. But here's the problem is. Here's the problem for society. Well, you kind of need us to do all the dirty work because we're the ones that do really all the dirty work. You don't see, you hardly see any women out here doing the dirty work. We're the ones that are doing the dirty work. So, if you have 80% of the population of women only going after the top 10, 20% of men, so there's no women at all except for, you know, except for nothing. Well, what's gonna drive men at that point? What's gonna happen to that 80% of men? Well, they're not gonna work. That's why you see men not working. Hell, I'm even thinking about going homeless because I don't see a point. What am I supposed to do? Oh, I'm gonna work hard so I can have my own place by myself. Sounds great. Sounds awesome. Yeah, I can do that. I can just like work a couple jobs, build myself up, and then just be alone. You know, men have done that, but the problem is we need each other. That's what it is, and another thing is women just see all the benefits and they feel the benefits with feminism. They don't go through the hard stuff that we go through. They don't go through all the negativity of nobody actually giving a damn about you. So that's what it is when you're a man, nobody cares about you. And then you realize women only care about me for what I do for them, which I don't mind that, but the expectations are just like way too high, and it's because of other guys, and I don't see it stopping. I can go approach women and out in public, which a lot of people aren't out in public as much as they used to be. Most people have somebody. You can do the online dating, and that's a joke. I'm not gonna message women first. They have so many guys that message them and DM them and give them compliments, and like, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm just done. I'm done with all this, and I don't know, man. Just tired. Like myself, I'm just tired. But yeah, that's how it feels. That's how it feels for a man. That's why we end up when we get to this certain age, realize, hey man, mid-40s, like what's there to look forward to when I'm old? I'm alone. There's no prospects of anybody. I'm poor. No women's really gonna want me. Maybe. Well, if I look at myself, I'm probably like a 5, maybe. Whatever. Well, I gotta have a 1. I'm not attracted to obese women, man, and that's it. For me, it's like what you have to choose from is obese women or single moms, and I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna raise another man's kid ever again. I don't want to be around kids at all. But that's your choices. Unless you're one of the elite men that are like the top 10% of men, you're fucked. You're fucked. And you can thank other men for it too, because women's egos are inflated because of men. So you can thank the other average men, because they will not stop. They will not stop giving them compliments, giving them validation, they won't stop rescuing them. And I can't blame women for why they are the way they are. I can't. I can see why. When you have an abundance, you're not going to appreciate it. Have an abundance of something and you're not going to appreciate it. Whatever your favorite thing is, have an abundance of it. And you know it's not going to run out for a long time. Well, you could just, like, food, whatever. You know, when you start having scarcity, then you start appreciating it. When you start thinking, I'm not going to have this no more, then you start appreciating it. And I just don't see it stopping. I don't see that men are, they're just not going to stop giving women attention. You know, I feel like I'm probably like 5-10 years ahead of the average guy when it comes to like being conscious of what's going on. Eventually they'll wake up, and then you're probably, I don't know, man. This is all a bubble. It really is. But you know, that's the psyche of like why it feels like there's no carrot. It feels hopeless. It feels like you're being buried alive and you're just fighting to not be buried. It's like actually feels like you're suffocating. You feel boxed in, you feel trapped. You feel like you're in this hole and you'll never come out of it. Like there's nothing you can do that you're gonna come out of it. That's why these guys end up like, they just say, I'm just better off like not being here no more. Nobody cares anyway. So that's why we do what we do. Say, fuck it. Nobody cares anyway. Think your job cares? No. You know, you might have some people that you're talked to or whatever at your job that might be affected for like a week or two, but it'll be good. Most people's families, like, this is family here in America. Merry Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy birthday. I mean, that's pretty much the extent of family nowadays. And, you know, for me, like, who am I? Who am I to say anything? I'm no better. I'm no better. Nobody gives a shit. Everyone's out for themselves. Eventually, you know, it's gonna be a change. It's not just gonna be a change, it's gonna be a massive change. You know, I am white-pilled about the future. I really am. You know, it might not be good for me, but the people who survive whatever's coming, whatever's happening, kind of already feels like it's happening. Yeah, I don't know. If Trump is hope. That movement, the MAGA movement, is hope. Hope that things can get better and get these illegals out of here. I don't know. Maybe he won't. It kind of feels like that's the last effort, you know, to save whatever this is, the American experiment. It feels like we're being taken over. It feels like we're constantly being demoralized, and the people who are strong that make it, they're gonna probably do well off. Whatever. I don't know, man. I don't think we'll be like 30 years of unstable. I don't think it's gonna be like that. If Trump doesn't get in there, I think we're gonna have conflict for sure. There's gonna be lots of conflict at different places. I mean, you can only these illegals that keep coming in, you know, like people, you know, losing family members over, like, even to the point where like they're losing pets, they're taking over places where people live. What do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. People are just not gonna give a fuck because the government's not doing nothing. People are just gonna take matters into their own hands. I don't know, man. You know what gives me hope? Trump's not dead. That gives me hope. if Trump died, if Trump was, if that bullet was a little bit, if he didn't turn his head, I would be completely hopeless. Well, him still being alive tells me that we're not gonna, we're gonna keep moving forward with civilization. If he would have died, I'm not sure that civilization would be very, you would want to live. Maybe there's a chance, maybe there's a hope. I think that we would have nuclear war, World War III. I just think everything would collapse at that point. Nobody would care. Nobody would care no more. You know, like who you think that I'm gonna go vote? Who am I gonna vote for? Nikki Haley? No. It's the same thing. Like it's like voting for Kamala. There ain't no way in hell I'm gonna vote. I just want to vote. You would have a bunch of demoralized people, Trump supporters, because he didn't have a vice president picked, so it would have been Nikki Haley. And I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't have voted. Nikki Haley versus Biden. Nah, I'm good. Warmongers. Well, you know, I'm not gonna vote for warmongers. That's the big thing. Is Trump is his first presidency. You know, things might change. And he might be a warmonger. I don't know. From his first presidency, he's probably the most peaceful president in my lifetime. So, was he perfect? No. No president will ever be perfect. Nobody's going to be 100% happy with what they do. Nobody's perfect. They're going to make mistakes. I'm not sure even J.D. Vance was a good pick at this point. But at least we have somebody. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's kind of rough out here. It really is, especially like for straight white men. Because well, here's another thing too. You know, these red pill guys. Oh, you gotta work hard. Blah, blah. Okay, so let's say I do work hard. Well, I go work hard and be, you know, in some specific thing. Well, I try to get a job there. Oh, you don't look a certain way. We got too many people that look like you. Can't have that. So we're gonna hire somebody based off of how they look instead of what they can do. Instead of like, are they gonna actually be able to do the job? No, we just need to fill a quota of how people look. So it's like, that's how it kind of feels like. What's the point of working hard? Why? Whatever this is like whatever the left is some type of hybrid of a communist fascist type of ideology, and it's like different sectors of different, like, you know, the left's like, oh yeah, we're communists, and the right are fascists. It's like, dude, you're kind of both, you know. So yeah, that's it.